today's Purolator 500 race broadcast is Barney Hall.
That intro you just watched was my first ever NASCAR race. That was a great race. Probably one of the best days of my life, I think. It really changed my life, honestly, because now I want to be a NASCAR mechanic, and I had no idea what I was getting into when I went, and now I went from not knowing a thing about NASCAR to being able to name every driver and wanting to be a mechanic. So that was one of that was really life-changing for me, that race. And it was also a great race. I can still remember it to this day what happened. It was Matt Kenseth versus Kasey Kahne going a very close race that they took it all the way down to the line. Matt Kenseth was able to pull it out for his birthday win in 2012, March 3rd to be exact. 2012, I remember the date. So there, and then we're just gonna talk about the playoffs since they start in Las Vegas this week. That's why I played the intro, because we're in Las Vegas this week. So I think, I'm just going to talk about two drivers that I don't think really deserve to be in the cup, in the playoffs, this season. And that one of those would be Jimmie Johnson, believe it or not, one of the greatest of all time, beside my man Richard Petty. Jimmie Johnson has not had a great season. We all know that. He hasn't cracked the top 10 much this season. He did not do well at Dover. That's his best track, and he just hasn't done well this season. He's getting old. I think he's dropping Lowe's as a sponsor next year, so Lowe's is going to go, and he's about to retire. So this might be his last push for a Cup Series win. But we also had Dale Earnhardt Sr. back in his days in the early 90s when he wasn't losing a season. He was already a little old for a driver. And they were going, Dale, I think you should probably hang up your gloves and your helmet because you're getting old, you're not winning it all. And like he was able to win a couple more Cup titles to time of man Richard Petty for 7 Cup Series championships. And we all know how he's impacted the sport. He's really gone into the Hall of Fame, and so does Jimmie Johnson. But I don't think Jimmie deserves to be there this year. He has not had he at least deserves there because it's not like a fan vote of like which driver is my favorite who should be in there. It's Richard Petty. Not Richard Petty. I'm all caught up on Richard Petty. Jimmie Johnson obviously performed into the 15th rank. Yes, the 15th rank to get into the playoffs, second to last spot. And he's really, I think he's going to either win at Dover and he's going to be kept into the second round, or he's going to be out that first round. And then we also have kind of rookie Alex Bowman. He's not really a rookie because he's raced a couple years. Like he raced about 9 to 10 years for junior last season with that it was the season before that with that junior concussion. And then we had, of course, Dale Jr. retired last year, so Alex Bowman took over. And I don't think he's going to last that long. He hasn't had a great season either. He's gotten a couple top 10s, couple top 3s, but he's still very inexperienced, and I don't think he's going to be able to go on with that kind of experience. Then you have Austin Dillon, the Daytona 500 winner. Biggest race of the year. Everyone was thinking at the beginning, this is Austin Dillon's year. This is the year he's going to do it. He's won 2 crown jewels in the last 2 years, the Coca-Cola 600 and the Daytona 500. So they were like, this is going to be Austin's year. Totally fell off after Daytona. He's gotten worse and worse throughout the season. Only the last couple races he really stepped it up. And and he would have not gotten into the chase without that win. The Daytona 500. So he's going to be out first round, I think. He's not going to get a win. He's going to need quite a lot of luck. I mean, basically, the way I'm going to look at it is, for him to get out of the first round, RCR is going to have to put all their funding into him, which is not going to happen because Ryan Newman, I don't think he's in the chase. He might be in the chase, but he's definitely not having a good season. And that's Austin Dillon. So then you have Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch, he won. I think he should definitely be looked at as a threat here in Vegas this weekend. He almost won last year, but he got wrecked out with about 30 to go. And so he's got to be looking at a threat. His hometown, he wants to win at his hometown. He might not get many chances for that, and he's in the playoffs. He wants another Cup championship. He hasn't won one since 2003, so he's going to want a Cup championship. So I think Kurt Busch is going to be forced to reckon with coming this weekend. And that's about it. So we are going to talk about the truck race tomorrow, Thursday, and then practice starts on Friday. So we are going to talk about practice and the truck race on Friday. Probably not the truck race because that's at night. Saturday, you got the Xfinity race. We're going to talk about the Xfinity race. And then Sunday, you have the Cup race, the first playoff race of the season. Plus, my grandma is heading over on Friday, so maybe we'll get some inside video from her. Thank you guys for watching. Truck Talk.